What's raging, gamers? Welcome to Rage Quit Video Game Talk Show Season 3 finale. What's good, HenricK the Wreck?
Oh, as always, Chris, I am doing great. How about yourself?
Man, everything's so good, man. You know, when you get closer to the holiday break, you know, it's always good vibes because you know what that means under the Christmas tree or Hanukkah. More games, right? Or at least you hope so. No underwear, no socks. I don't want none of that. We've already seen that before. Get a little bit more creative, okay? But it's going to be a blast, and I hope you, your friends, and family have a great time going into the new year. But we got a great show. It's going to be very jam-packed. We always like to start off the show with the bang and look around the internet, see what's circulating, what's going viral, and I love this clip, HenricK. There is people doing these comedy skits online because in the year 2023, it really felt like at the high school level, we're starting to see more esports teams, and we've highlighted a few of those squads across the nation, and this parody is hilarious. And if you haven't seen it, oh boy, let's get a laugh in, fam.
Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, it's the esports team. It's the esports team. I'm such big fans of you guys. You guys are so hot. I come to all of your games.
They're called matches. Noob.
Yeah, you're such a noob. Speaking of noobs, Lucky, what do we have here? Little football player.
We took all your cheerleaders. You got CTE, we got CSGO.
Guys, stop it.
I want to beat him.
Yeah, we're gonna...
Hey, we want your V-Bucks, bitch.
Guys, so we're looking here. We're gonna
You're killing it.
So we got two
You're
sides
feeling
to
ninja right
equate. Guys, no eating or gaming in class. What is going on?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we not just win state for the school?
Bitch.
Yeah, I know so much about Fortnite. It probably turns you on so much.
No, it does.
Oh.
Did you hear that the esports team is throwing a party?
Oh my god, I did. I heard it's gonna be crazy.
I like how the guy goes, I know so much about Fortnite. I bet it turns you on, right?
Hey, video game high school, eat your heart out.
Yeah, I mean, it's so true. And the first comment we got here is bullying would have to come back ASAP. I don't know. It looks like it's reversed. It will never be this way. Chill. I don't give an F. This is funny and so clearly not serious. Can we all have a laugh?
Taking themselves seriously.
It's good. I mean, I'd like to see this. I mean, we would laugh about this all the time, but now we're starting to see college universities start to embrace esports, and now at the high school level, and maybe we'll reflect on this video 15 years from now. But HenricK, I know that you've told the listening audience before that your girlfriend is a gamer, but do you have any rugrats that try to play video games? And what's that experience like when they're just picking up the controller for the first time?
I mean, I haven't had to experience, some kids try to play video games with me too much recently.
Nothing?
But, I mean, there's the typical thing. Do you have games on your phone?
Well, okay, I hear you on that one, but I know a lot of, because I just got the PS5, a little treat to myself, and, the little Rugrat wants to play the new Spider-Man 2 with me, and I'm always amazed that the very first thing that they can never figure out is the camera. I mean, it's very important. If you can't control the camera, it's really, really hard to have any kind of fun with the gameplay, and so, certain girlfriends out there, they're not necessarily gamers, but we all encourage everybody to play. I know it's not always easy in the beginning, but this video cracks you up because I feel you, the gamers, can relate to this.
My wife playing a video game for the first time in her life. It's going how you'd expect it to.
You can turn the camera. Go ahead.
Literally died. That was so funny.
There you go. Oh, there you go. Good job. There you go.
Thanks, baby.
All right, you gotta go another flight. Can you do it?
I think so.
Oh, you're already not looking the right way. You're just running. Oh, there you go. No, you're looking. You're looking down. Just...
That reminds me so much of like trying to teach my little sister how to play video games.
See, that's what I was trying to get at. It's like, I think we had the luxury as kids growing up, when you had the Nintendo 64, for example, we only had one joystick, right? Or you're playing like Super Mario, Melee, and you don't have to utilize an actual R3 joystick to be able to control the camera. So a lot of these kids trying to jump into the mix really struggle. So comments were expressing towards this video, being able to walk around and look around at the same time has been the limiting factor in every person I have ever tried to teach to play video games. I know they're not as easy, but every Rugrat wants a drone for Christmas. If you can't control the camera, you ain't getting a drone for Christmas. How it feels to climb stairs after 14 beers. That I cannot attest. I do not have a 2-story home, but I feel you, fam. I can only imagine. I'll never understand how people are that uncoordinated. Sometimes, yeah, I'm with you. I'm like, really? Like, how long have we been playing this? We're about an hour in. You still don't understand. You got to adjust the camera to get to the objective. Oh, my gosh. Sometimes you want to pull your hair out, but then again, they're kids. So you got to give them a little bit of ease. But, yeah, frustration can be real.
That drone comment is really funny, especially considering one of my coworkers who is an avid gamer, she crashed a drone that we were functionality testing, to make sure it worked. She crashed it into the wall inside the building.
It happens. I mean, some people, feel like it's easy to just pick up a drone remote controller and then just expect that it's going to do all the work for you. It's not like that, fam.
Nope.
Master the camera on the video games, and then it will most likely translate to the drone space. But we got another clip that was circulating all across the globe, and let's just let the video speak for itself because I feel like it perfectly encompasses what this season or seasons of Fortnite have become all year in 2023. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Now that's a lot of damage!
He don't got a clue in the fucking world.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Don't do it!
Oh shit, not good.
Wait.
Oh look, he's flying!
Prank him, John.
Say hello to my little friend!
Why you bullying me?
Hello, bozo.
I'm so fucking scared right now!
Hold up. Wait a minute.
The most skillless, talentless fucking gun on the planet. You aim in the general direction. I got him. I did it.
Come on, Ninja. Can we all just at least feel a little bit good about ourselves when we're playing Fortnite?
Yeah, where are those lobbies when I play games? I feel like every time I play a game like this, not even just Fortnite, I get into the sweatiest freaking lobbies ever.
Yeah, I know. It can really be like that. I'm a big fan of ranked, and a lot of my buddies don't want to play on ranked because they tend to be, feeling good about themselves when they get 8 kills playing against a 12-year-old in their lobby. I don't know. But we got comments expressing a lot of love or hate towards this video. The ninja clip got me dying. That shotgun is actually AIDS. Blood thinks over editing is funny. What is the 2014 YouTube edits? It is funny. You're just a hater. Both of y'all. Shame on y'all. Shame. The shockwave was the only funny part. Wow, man. I felt like we were laughing our whole time. Like, why are people such haters? Fun. Gaming community sometimes just kind of cracks you up, man. They want something good like that, and then all of a sudden, when they see it, they would just want to clown on you. You know what? We're showing you some love, fam. But like we said, this is the season finale of season 3 of Rage Quit Video Game Talk Show. And while you guys are here, we might as well let you guys know you want to go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Scan the QR code to be able to follow my YouTube channel, along with, shout it out, HenricK.
This is my YouTube channel, so if you go there, I post videos every Friday aside from the clips from this show. And the videos that I post every Friday are either games to play or in development soapbox, which Games to Play is my chance to kind of recommend a game that I play that I really enjoy, and In Development Soapbox is my chance to look at most likely an indie game that's in development and looks really awesome, just needs a bit more attention because it's an indie game after all.
So follow the journey. You see the QR code, go ahead and scan, screenshot, do whatever you got to do, fam. But we got a jam-packed show, so are you ready to rock and roll, HenricK the Wreck?
Absolutely. You know me. I'm ready to rage.
All right, let's get it, fam.
Hey everyone, this is Pause or Repeat. Here we figure out whether a game is really worth your time and money. Today's game is Ghostrunner 2. Ghostrunner 2 is the sequel to 2020's Ghostrunner, a cyberpunk game that actually worked. The concept is easy to follow. Play as a cyborg ninja, but is the sequel an improvement or more of the same? Let's find out by first going over the gameplay. The gameplay of Ghostrunner 2 is, at its core, the same as the first. You'll be running around corridors and spaces, avoiding bullets and other various projectiles and hazards in order to kill your enemies and move to the next area. If you've played one of the newer Doom games, think that, but without guns, and instead a sword and some abilities. However, the sequel has added in some new gameplay additions. Big standout features are a bike in some levels that in turn also are a bit more opened up compared to the more linear style of the first game. The gameplay has improved from the previous, and so has the story, so let's go over that. You won't have to play the first game to follow along, as the game catches you up to speed quickly. But to sum up the premise, you are playing as a Ghostrunner, an advanced, artificially manufactured cyborg with very powerful cybernetic enhancements that are borderline magic. Humanity has been confined to a big megastructure called Dharma Tower, due to the outside being an environment unfit for habitation. Ghostrunner 2 follows the events of the first game, where you took down the tyrannical leader of the tower, but instead there is a new threat, the Ashura. The Ashura are a group of rogue Ghostrunners with a mysterious agenda. It is up to you and your companions in the Climbers to find out about their plans and stop them in an attempt to bring some form of order to the tower. But now the question still stands. Pause or repeat?
Alright, Ghostrunner 2 is one of those games that it has a goal, and the goal is to make you feel like a cyborg ninja. And you know what? It does a really good job of doing that, because the entire time I felt like I was a cyborg ninja. I felt like I was going through things. I was unstoppable, you know? I mean, until you get shot by a bullet, then you have to start all over from a checkpoint. But, you know, regardless of that, you know, that aside, you really do feel like you're in the moment. You everything is just scared of you rather than you be scared of them. And that is really something special that this game is really good at doing. And I think that they actually did a better job than the first game. I enjoyed the first game playing that one, and this one they just took that formula and they said, you know what? It's not really broken. We don't have to fix very much. You know, maybe just add in a couple things. And that's what they did with this one, and I had a great time playing this one too because of that.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. You took the words right out of my mouth. I think it's a lot more fun compared to the first adaptation of the game. It's like the big brother of Mirror's Edge. If you're a fan of that back in the day, you're absolutely going to love Ghostrunner 2. You know, the individual rooms are a complete blast, but, you know, at times, you know, some of the longer levels tend to drag out. I wasn't, you know, I'm excited that, you know, the character Jack came back. He's very likable, but at times, you know, you kind of felt like the quest, you know, to take down a group of powerful ninja robots is sometimes could be surprisingly unforgettable at times, because you're just moving so rapid fire. So I just kind of wish there was a little bit more story element to the video game. Did you feel that kind of same way?
Yeah, definitely the story is like the weakest link of this whole package that this game tries to deliver to you, which is unfortunate because, you know, the previous game, the first one, it wasn't really that great on the story either. It was kind of just there, you know, as the premise and not much else. Didn't really put it in your face. And this one tries to put it a little bit more in your face, but even when you go back to your base and talk with your comrades, I kept getting this uncanny valley feeling from when they were
Yeah.
talking to me. It was just like, I mean, I get it. You know, you're trying to do, you know, a bit better with the story and telling that to me, but it just didn't really hit that well for me.
Yeah, it doesn't come across as memorable as like something along the lines of, I don't know, Dead Space and an audio log. There's something about spooky and eerie about those kind of things compared to like right when you finish up a level and you go back to the hub and then you go and speak with the individual characters. You're like, okay, cool. But then you go, wait, what happened again? I kind of forgot even after playing the game. That's like, you know, not necessarily a knock. I mean, it's definitely a lot better than the first rendition. I know a lot of gamers online are a little bit split on the mix, but I think it's a repeat. You know, well, not even a thing. I'm going to speak from my chest. It is a repeat. You're going to have a lot of fun with this. It's very fast paced, a lot of fun for a lot of fans, you know, even for the, you know, the young kids out there. I know it's a little bit of a slasher gory kind of a thing, but you know, with these cyborg ninjas, you know, it's a good introduction to a lot of the teens out there that are looking for something different, something new, you know, nothing that's battle royale-esque or along the lines of a Battlefield or whatever. You know, you're going to actually have a really great time playing this first person game.
No, definitely, and it is a bit difficult, which is why it might not be something that a kid would necessarily pick up, aside from, you know, the gore elements and all that, like you mentioned. But it really isn't an easy game by any means, because if you're on edge the entire time, even then, you're still going to die tons of times.
I prepped my whole life for this.
Or something.
No, HenricK, you don't understand. I prepped my whole life. I've been playing my toddler game, Fall Guys. You ever wanted to be on the edge of your seat? This is what prepped me for Ghostrunner 2. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? You know, that adrenaline, that doesn't phase me no more. It don't phase me, okay?
Fair enough.
I think one of the coolest, biggest addition is the new motorcycle. That was an amazing feature, especially considering how fast-paced the game is. And so when you add that kind of element, it took the sequel to a whole new level, and it's very much appreciated. And expect a trilogy out of this. I don't see Ghostrunner stopping anytime soon, and it's a little bit of a sleeper. I mean, some people still consider this a AAA game. I would. And if you're looking for something new, something different for the holiday season, Ghostrunner 2 should be in your gift basket.
Yeah, I recommend it if you feel like you want to be a cyborg ninja at any point. This is a game that'll let you do that. So definitely go play it. I will say though, for me, it is actually probably not a repeat. And it's kind of an interesting thing there, because this is kind of a game where, at least in the main mode, I feel like I would only really play it like once or twice. I know there's like the opportunity you can get of, you know, going back into the levels and trying to do it better than you did the first time. But I feel like what I would really actually enjoy playing more is a mode that I didn't mention in the video game, in the video, which is the roguelike mode, which that mode for me is a repeat. But since I didn't mention it, I'm going to have to say for the main mode, it's a pause.
Yeah, you know,
it's not a bad game. It's just,
I
me,
mean,
I think
we never want to let the gamers have that feeling that just because we say it's a pause, it's a terrible game. Trust me, we will let you know if it's a terrible game, along with the hard pause. It's not a repeatable thing. But hey, you know, that's the beauty about this show. But we want to know from you gamers, is Ghostrunner 2 a pause or repeat? But since this is the last show of season 3 of Rage Quit Video Game Talk Show, we wanted to reflect on all the amazing video games that we were able to cover over the years. And so we have a graphic for you all. I mean, how incredible is that? In the year 2023, HenricK the Wreck and I, we covered over 35 games, and we can't thank you guys enough for tuning in every week. And when you look at this list, is there anything that stands out to you, HenricK?
Well, definitely there's tons of games here that if you haven't heard of one, look into it, because there's a lot of great games on here.
Take a screenshot.
Yeah, absolutely. Take a screenshot. Obviously, you have to give some props to Baldur's Gate 3 because it won Game of the Year for the entire year. But there's some great games on here too that I, looking back, I played twice right away, like Hi-Fi Rush. I recommend that to people all the time. Octopath Traveler 2. If you like JRPGs, that's a great game to go pick up.
Yeah, I got a lot of slander for that, I remember. A lot of
You
people
did,
came
yeah.
after me. They were like, what the world is wrong with you? Okay, I'm sorry. 2D games just don't vibe with me at times, okay? All right, I'm trying. But to me, I gotta say, it's the very first one, Hogwarts Legacy. We both said that was a repeat. I really felt like that was going to be a Game of the Year contender, and when the Game Awards completely did them a disservice. How do you have the most sales in the entire year of 2023 and not at least get a single award nomination? That makes no sense. Pause or Repeat has been so much fun, and kudos to HenricK. These videos have been amazing to set the tone for this segment, so you're a rock star, baby.
Thank you. But hey, I haven't, I can't say that I haven't been able to do this without the help of you, Chris,
playing.
as well as the people watching, because definitely, sitting down and playing a game sometimes going to be a little bit difficult. ADHD can pop in a little bit and be like, oh man, I want to go do something, other than just sitting down and playing a game for a few hours. But at the end of the day, I have a good time every time that I sit down and do that, and it's a great time to sit down and talk about it, because I enjoy talking about games.
Yeah, we do, and we're really looking forward to the year of the Mamba mentality, the year of the Kobe 2024. So stick along for the ride with us, because it's going to be a blast, fam. But we got so much more here left on Rage Quit Video Game Talk Show. So you ready to rock and roll, HenricK?
Oh, absolutely. And we got some great topics, so stay tuned.
What's good, listeners? Welcome to Patch Notes, where my co-host HenricK and I discuss gaming news, industry talk, and so much more. So let's get it. While 2023 saw plenty of great games launch, not all of them could live up to the hype. With highly anticipated titles like Baldur's Gate 3, Street Fighter 6, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and much more, naturally, this year also featured a few low points for game releases, with disappointing titles that just didn't live up to the anticipation or simply fell short of fan expectations. And the first game is incredibly bad. 4 days after launch, when the day before attracted 500,000 viewers on Steam after selling an early access for $40, its developers, Fantastic, is shutting down completely, with the final product being a bizarre, broken mess. And if you haven't seen the gameplay, we will show you some of the most goofiest things you will ever see develop inside of a video game. Check it out, fam.
Screw this. Oh, that's annoying. The alarm is alerting all the nearby zombies. What zombies? There are none. The city is empty. You guys can't get me here. Oh, he looks scary. Hold on, one bullet at a time here. That's how you get, you juvenile delinquent. I'm better than you. I'm alive and you're dead. He tried to kill me that... Oh. Well, I took him down.
If that doesn't sum up what the day before was like, this controversial early access game has seen its player count fall almost 90% after just 4 days, and it enters Steam's 10 worst reviewed games of all time list too. And so, HenricK, I was really looking forward to this game, and we've been lied to. What's your thoughts?
Well, okay, I was following the saga from the start because, yeah, it looked like a really awesome concept. Very much like The Division, which also kind of, didn't really hit the mark exactly to what it was advertising when it was first announced. They did the exact same thing. They showed some really awesome gameplay, and it was all fabricated. At the end of the day, that was not the game itself. That was just a video demonstration of what could have been possible. And as you saw in the video, it did not hit the mark. There's not much to do in the game. It's incredibly buggy. I saw plenty of clips of people trying to kill something, and the second they pull the trigger, the game crashes.
I mean, just like how the ending clip ends with, he's like, I got you, and then he doesn't even get touched. It's death.
Yeah.
I mean, hilarious. I mean, I think that's the problem sometimes when indie or AAA studios release these gameplay cinematic trailers. You get so hyped, you're like, oh my gosh, finally we get this kind of open world, zombie apocalyptic kind of style game, reminiscence of something like I Am Legend on a level, you know? And it just fell completely short. And it's such a bummer because I really like this concept and they did us all dirty. So yes, that is one of the worst games of 2023, and you can't even get it off Steam. Thank you, Steam. You did your service, and we thank you for that. But the next game we're going to talk about is with plenty of excitement for a game that was centered around Lord of the Rings character Gollum. No one could have expected just how bad of a game it would become. Lord of the Rings Gollum suffered a large amount of technical and gameplay related issues, as well as, let's say, its graphics being worse than many classic older games that were developed around the IP Lord of the Rings. And if you haven't seen Gollum, oh boy, this is a moment where the guy literally got stuck on chapter 1. The fuck?
It's already stuck. It's already stuck. This is your inventory. I can't back out of this menu.
The slow realization that the game is bugged.
Yeah, exactly. But how does a massive IP like the Lord of the Rings would allow this game to see the light of day? That's what I'm completely puzzled by.
Now, absolutely. You would think that with a big name like that, whatever studio touched it would not be able to release a game that is unfinished. But we saw it happen, so it is possible.
But, you know, even Gollum doesn't even look right. It looks like he's got raccoon eyes. I mean,
yeah,
how is that even possible? I mean, even the PS2 versions of the Lord of the Rings look incredibly better than this piece. And I mean, we always hate to bash on the indie developers, but this is, again, you know, an example of why crunch period doesn't work. And we've been seeing this quite a bit, actually, with massive IP, because the next worst game of 2023 was utilizing a popular and massive IP, which is The Walking Dead Destinies, which seems like an intriguing idea on paper, right, HenricK? But, you know, they were letting players essentially rewrite the series history by changing who lives and dies, or even changing how certain characters behave or ally with. But unfortunately, the end result left a lot of people desired for more. And if you haven't seen it, this is considered one of the boss battles. Spoiler alert.
Can't let him hit me. No. Most people call them dragon fruits on account of leather and skin sprays. Reload.
Brothers, it's clunky.
Yeah, it feels like this game was supposed to come out in the mid 2000s.
Yeah, like on the PS1. We didn't even showcase it even in this clip, but if you guys want to go and check it out on your own time after the show, look at the cutscenes. They were so static. No animation, no nothing. It looked like a PowerPoint presentation.
A first draft.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a highly popular AMC show, and to see that it even saw the light of day is incredibly, incredibly concerning on a level. And I again, how do these massive IPs even see the light of day? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it either. And you know, funny thing is, you said spoiler alert as if people are gonna play this.
Hey, you know, maybe it's on a discount for $1. I don't know. Maybe you might want to force yourself to start streaming the game for all the cats that supposedly wanted to see the full gameplay. I don't know,
Put you
but
through the misery.
right, you know, and this is the second massive IP, and you're like, nah, there's no way. In the year 2023, we learn from our mistakes, right? You know, no one of these kind of magnitude or massive franchises would ever do such thing like this. Oh boy, gamers. These studio companies, man, they need to start getting some youthful minds inside of the mix, because even though expectations were already fairly low for this game, reviews of Skull Island: Rise of Kong were extremely poor, with both critics and fans alike noting an extensive number of bugs, terrible graphics, and ultimately boring gameplay.
Devil May Cry, set aside your expectations, you know. It's kind of like Devil May Cry, I guess.
Oh man, even the fact that you even put it in that same comparison, I can't let you get away with that. Shame on you. Shame. But HenricK, we've now showcased 4 terrible video game releases in the year 2023, and which game takes the crown for the worst game?
I think that has to go to the day before, considering there was so much expectation that it just did not meet. Not only that, it was basically considered a scam. And even now, probably more and more details are going to come out about this whole situation in the coming months, considering we actually also saw that the company not too long ago decided instead of closing, we're actually going to just change our name to a different name. Thinking then maybe, hey, maybe we can release another game under a different name and people won't know.
Isn't that incredible? I mean, yeah, I'm with you. That is so true. The day before is the biggest disappointment, because it had a couple years of hype and anticipation for the game compared to the other 3 massive IPs, which, don't get me wrong, it's crazy that it even was allowed to even be available to purchase. But those games were representations of why crunch period doesn't work. And when you slam developers to try to complete a game in a very, very tiny window, you're going to see results like this. But the day before, there's no excuse, and it's such a damn shame. And hopefully, you know, Steam/Valve, you know, kind of monitor, you know, those studio companies that, like you just referenced, HenricK the Wreck, change names or what, new leadership? Who knows? But obviously, we will always break it down, let you guys know what's good, and let us know if we're missing out on a game. Is there another game that you feel is the worst game of 2023? Let us know what's good. This actually fell under my radar, the next topic of conversation that we're going to have. So let the people know what's good.
Yeah, so Blizzard, you know, they've been doing some interesting moves in the more recent years away from what people really expect from them. And recently, they've been testing out the waters, asking players in a survey if they are fine with paying up to $100 for a Diablo 4 DLC. Now, Blizzard revealed the Vessel of Hatred DLC at this year's BlizzCon, and the trailer played there. And, you know, people were excited, but while we know the expansion is targeting a late 2024 release, we still don't know how much it will cost. And we do have a chart here with some details. The first detail about a survey that included potential pricing presented 4 game editions, labeled A to D, with price points at $50, $70, $80, and $100 for a DLC.
What in the malarkey?
More than what the game cost at launch.
That blows my mind.
Yeah, but we do have some comments from people expressing their concerns and thoughts about what Blizzard's doing here. So let's go ahead and go through those.
Don't know what's more amazing. Blizzard can keep asking their players how they want to be gouged, or that the players keep telling them. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Refuse to do this survey. I already started avoiding live service, battle pass, or microtransaction games. This is why indie is making such waves. The only way to win this game is not to buy games with BS like that. This is where some very dented Blizzard stans are gonna have to grow up and realize Blizzard were hell-bent on screwing them regardless of Bobby Kotick.
It's all the leadership.
It's true. 110%. They say, quote, don't hate the player, hate the game, end quote. But players that support this kind of crap really are worth blaming. Whales and pay pigs let the suits ruin gaming for all of us. Jesus, it's actually quite impressive to go from literally one of, if not the most beloved and trusted game developers, to one of the most hated, loathed, disgusting, and scummy companies out there. Really quite the accomplishment. Bravo. P.S. Congratulations on your purchase, Microsoft. So, people are kind of getting a little satirical with this. But, HenricK, I'm shocked that Blizzard has the audacity to ask whether it's okay to price a DLC at $100, let alone $80. So this feels criminal.
I'm not too shocked, to be honest.
Really now? Why?
No.
Why is that the case? Because every single time, I always feel like a DLC threshold should be like $30.
Yeah, no, definitely, especially when the game itself is 70.
But I have to stop you though. But why were you shocked that you're not shocked that it's at 80 though?
Considering what Blizzard's been doing recently, charging a ton for cosmetics in any of their games, not even just Diablo, just all their games. Basically, that is the big red flag right there. If they're thinking, oh, okay, we can get away with charging $20 for a skin and people will buy it, what's going to stop them from maybe trying to sell a DLC for more than what the game actually costs at launch? I think that they could probably get away with it because people would still buy it. That's the unfortunate thing, is there's a group of people who like playing these Blizzard games that decide, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's pull out the wallet. Let's pay the money to the piper because I want to get beaten down by the game, and my wallet's going to be empty as a result of it.
Okay, I can see where you're coming from.
Personally, and I don't think you get it either. But there's people out there like that.
But I totally understand where you're coming from. You're talking about like in-game cosmetics. Let me re-clarify myself. I'm talking about story expansions. When they're talking about how at BlizzCon they were highlighting this new DLC, Vessel of Hatred, and they're asking you whether you wanted a story expansion for $50, $70, $80, or $100 along with a couple in-game cosmetics. Yes, I find that criminal. That is ridiculous. You already pay $70 for Diablo 4, and then when they want another $50 on top of it, you start to feel as a gamer that they never actually gave you the complete game. That was something that we said even during our pause or repeat, where it felt like it left off on a cliffhanger and you're like, really? That's how we're going to end it? Because they're doing this kind of BS. And how can anybody kind of support that kind of stuff? We just literally saw Santa Monica Studios with God of War at the Game Awards release a free DLC of God of War Valhalla, teasing a potential going to Egypt kind of vibe for God of War. So when you see massive studios be able to thank the gamers with DLCs like this, how can anybody get down with this? I mean, come on, Microsoft, you got plenty of money. Really, 50 to, again, 70, 80 to $100? That's criminal. That's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And we did mention in that pause or repeat that you mentioned that, I mean, technically Diablo's never really been, the focus so much on the story. It's more so been on the end game gameplay. And they've been trying to deliver on that, but it really doesn't feel good when a game decides, hey, here's $70 for a game, go ahead and pay that. And now, oh, by the way, if you want to keep up with everyone, a year down the line, we're going to charge you $50 more just to keep you on. Not even, taking into account, back in the day when DLCs and expansions were really the only form of extra content that were there for games.
Yeah.
That made more sense to charge, like maybe $30, $40, $50, because you basically got the second half of a game that was already finished. But now, and it basically funded them being able to do that. But now, a game like Diablo 4, they're making so much money off of microtransactions, and that's really what's funding them being able to make an expansion, not charging $50 or even $100 like they're trying to for an expansion. That's not what's funding it. That's just going straight to their pockets at that point.
That's a good point. I mean, the next example that I'm going to say is that, if Blizzard can learn from this experiment, look no further than Epic Games, who recently fixed their shop prices by cutting car prices by up to 35% and refunding gamers that bought, this with the price difference in V-Bucks after community backlash online. So as you see with this tweet, it says, "U-turn ahead. We just fine-tuned our car prices. Diesel 4,000 to 2,500 V-Bucks." And the list goes on and on. The new prices will show in the next hour. Players who purchase these bundles will be granted V-Bucks for the price difference within a week. But guys, 4,000 V-Bucks is like $40 for a car. And it's very laughable. Even 2,500, they listen to the community backlash, but it's not necessary. That's still not even good enough, to be real with you. Considering that they just started this new meta inside of Fortnite, and you look at the player count of Rocket Racing compared to, let's say, Lego Fortnite, it doesn't even compare. So the fact that they want to even charge that high enough is outlandish alone, but we did see a 35% cut, and hello, Blizzard. If this doesn't get enough traction, we will damn sure put you on blast, and this is totally unacceptable. And, especially if we come to find out that the Festival of Hatred only has like 5 or 6 hours of gameplay. Oh, my. I'll flip out, HenricK.
$100 at that.
I know. Insane in the membrane.
Absolutely. But, some developers have been making some moves recently also. And we do have a next topic in regards to one of them. So why don't you start us off on that, Chris?
Yeah, let's get it. Sony and Naughty Dog have suffered a huge blow announcing the cancellation of The Last of Us Factions, or The Last of Us Online, as they were calling it. The project has been in development for years, and when I mean by years, it's been years, because the multiplayer developed in part alongside The Last of Us Part 2 began production in 2014. But I find myself wondering, is there anything that could be salvaged from this mess? And gamers were quick to express their disappointment with the following: 30,000 remakes and remasters, but can't make the multiplayer game they promised years ago. The original Last of Us multiplayer was so underrated. I had a lot of fun on that back in the day on the PS3. Home, they are working on a new IP. I think he meant hope they are working on a new IP. Felt like Ron Burgundy there, he reads whatever's on the teleprompter. This is why hype trailers and pre-orders are meaningless. Gamers will never learn. Well, over 50% of these, quote, hype trailers will either never become a real product or will be drastically different from what were shown. I'll take a single-player games filled with great story over multiplayer games any day of the week, so I don't mind. Okay, that's your opinion, dog. But what does that have to do with this kind of topic of conversation, along with the 1K hearts? The Last of Us avoided the day before scenario. Wow. Way to encompass. That's, you ain't lying, fam.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't know what the wizard. He knows more than what we all know or don't know. To be fair, better to cancel it than release some rubbish and ruin the franchise. I agree. It is such a prized possession. Clearly, we know HBO is working on season 2 of The Last of Us, so why tarnish an iconic franchise just because you want to deliver a multiplayer game that doesn't meet to Naughty Dog's expectations? But HenricK, I understand why Naughty Dog felt the need to walk away from a live service multiplayer game such as The Last of Us Online, but why not release a smaller scale multiplayer version? I do know they are coming up with another remaster. Oh my gosh, of The Last of Us Part 2. But maybe they can fit in like a factions and just remove the whole live service battle pass ordeal.
Yeah, maybe they could, but I think at the same time, when people look at a game that's multiplayer, and just based on what I've seen, a lot of people feel like they need to have some sort of progression in the game. Otherwise, there's no point in continuing to play it after a certain amount of time. Because, say, if they do release this, and it doesn't have any battle pass, doesn't have any progression rewards, anything like that, you're really just playing the game just to have fun. And, could be a lot of fun, but some people really, really don't get it, that battle passes and
so GoldenEye's
rewards,
not fun anymore because you don't get a progression? Is that what you're telling me?
But, systems like battle passes and progression rewards are made to retain people. They're not made to, well, they are also made to make money off of people, but at the end of the day, they really are a system designed to retain players. And if it doesn't have that, it's going to maybe struggle to retain players. But at the end of the day, if they are easily able to just put that into the game, it's not going to cost them any more necessarily to develop it, because they might just need to, do a little bit of tweaking. It really depends on how far along they were on the development, I guess.
Well, I think the only kind of expression that we could show you guys of what could have potentially been The Last of Us Online is the menu that leaked online. So as you can clearly see, they had a battle pass here. There's some random character sitting in a living room. Very nice living room, by the way. Oh, wow. It was one of the places that didn't get touched in the whole apocalyptic world. But Naughty Dog eventually realized that to actually release and support the game as a live service offering, it would take the intention of the entire studio. And there were indications, as you can clearly see from this screenshot, that there was an actual Battle Royale mode along with other additions. So will we see the day come where The Last of Us Online will be played? We have no clue. But, hey, won't see it anytime soon. Sorry, fam. I personally would rather see a part 3, even though Naughty Dog keeps playing with our hearts and keeps saying, like, no, I think that's the end of the game. You cannot leave this story how you ended it in part 2. That would, oh, gosh, it just makes me so mad. I know some people get so crazy about, like, oh, I didn't like the game because of certain, political or social issues brought up in the game. Boo-hoo, cry about it. It's a great game. I played it numerous times. I love the gameplay mechanics, and I'm hoping for a part 3. But hey, let's go ahead and start to transition into the next topic of conversation, because this is wild. This is another story that fell off my radar, and it's important to express. So set the tone. Let the gamers know what's good, HenricK the Wreck.
Absolutely. So the holidays are upon us, and some people are naughty, some people are nice, just like every holiday. But we've seen a number of ingenious methods of banning naughty players from video games over the years. But this latest attempt from Valve, of all people, may be the funniest yet. Valve is sending a surprise gift to Dota 2 Smurf accounts, misleading gamers to open an in-game gift described as a, quote, seasonal reward that contains a, quote, highly toxic lump of coal that triggers a permanent ban.
What did you get from the gift chest? Oh. Owned. Open gift. What did I get? What? I got banned? Till 118? What? What if I just never opened it? Are they serious?
Yeah, bro is flabbergasted at what
I was
happened.
flabbergasted when I saw that. It fell off my radar, and you were like, hey, did you hear about this story with Dota 2? And I'm like, well, you showed me the video, and I went, there's no way. How does a gaming studio play it like that? Even to a potential cheater. But before we even express our thoughts, let's go ahead and read the comments online. Bro, the taunt gift spam after opening his gift was damn hilarious. Here's all the shit you'll never be able to use. ... Genuinely incredible. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. This is amazing. Till 118. You might want to read the year too. I know it was a little hard to see in the video, but it was on the bottom. It was actually January 18th, 2038. It wasn't until 2024. 2038. Is this ban genuinely for smurfing on Dota? Maybe I'm missing a bit of the context, as I didn't know that was a bannable offense. I also don't play Dota, but as a Counter-Strike player, it is not a bannable offense, is it? And HenricK, I had to look into what, smurfing's all about, because truly I had no idea. Don't hate the gamer. I'm sorry. I had no idea what the heck smurfing was. But Valve took a stance on smurfing accounts back in September, banning over 90,000 smurf accounts. And for anybody that has no clue, because I'm sure there's gamers out there like, okay, you guys just set the tone with smurf accounts. What is it? Explain what it is first, and do you think it's problematic?
So smurfing is the act of subverting the game's systems of matchmaking by, say, if I'm a diamond player in some game, and I decide I want to play against some bronze players in ranked. Let me go make a new account, and then I can play against bronze players. Or, some form of subverting the game mechanics in that way. And Valve did take a stance against that because, at face level, it doesn't seem that harmful, like, I'm just trying to have some fun, trying to play against lower skilled people. But when you're from the perspective of the people who are lower skilled than you, your match quality ends up being worse. And at the end of the day, a company like Valve or any game that's hosting a live service, they want to have a certain quality of match for each player. And when players are doing smurfing, they're lowering the quality of players' matches. Therefore, they're not having that great of a time. And hate to break it to you, but these companies want money, and they want people to stay playing their game. And I don't know about you or our viewers, Chris, but if I'm not having a good time in a game, I'm not going to continue playing it.
Yeah, but you got a guy like Mason, who's a streamer who's heavily involved in playing Dota 2. As you referenced, he's a diamond ranked, which means he's heavily invested in a game that the studio created. Don't you want those kind of people to stick around? When you're banning someone in 2038, you realize that that's a 15-year ban? 15 years! Really? For smurfing? Have you ever thought about the consideration that maybe sometimes accounts like streamers, let's say Ninja, for example, or Tim the Tapman, or Cypher PK, what if they want to create an account separate from their main account so they can kind of hide? Maybe they want to play with their family and friends and not be recognized by the public. There are certain games that have proximity chat. What if they don't want to be recognized? What if they don't want to be monitored? Why is that so problematic? I don't understand. To me, that's crazy.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if they have a policy against smurfing like this, I think honestly there shouldn't be a exception to the rule or anything like that. No, everyone should be judged the same. And unfortunately, that's a problem in the industry as a whole. Sometimes people don't get judged the same based on their popularity or anything like that. We see it on Twitch all the time. Some people will get banned for something, and then other streamers who are bigger than them won't get banned for doing the same thing.
Yeah, but Valve is starting to sound like Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley's out there, running in the presidential race. She's going like, hey, we want government IDs when you go and make an account on social media. And we want your real name. We don't want you to hide behind your username. And we want to know who you are. You can't make multiple accounts. Really? Really? And then and again, 90,000 Smurf accounts got banned. 90,000. So it's not just like a small, tiny group of people that are doing this. There's a shit ton of Dota 2 players that have multiple accounts. Why is that such a problem? But Valve has responded by saying, quote, as we've said before, smurfing and other negative behavior makes matches worse. And we want to make sure your matches are as good as possible as we head into the new year. It's a very, very aggressive stance from Valve. clearly Henrik the Wreck and I don't necessarily see eye to eye. That's okay. Not the end of the world. I'm not a Smurf guy after all. But hey, we want to know from you gamers, is this a little too aggressive, or are you in par with this? Is this cheating? Let me know. I have no clue.
It's a very complicated thing, so I'm not sure if there's a right stance on it or not. My personal stance is, though, that smurfing is a bad thing for the game and really can be a negative experience for a lot of people. And you don't want the majority of people to feel like your game is flush with all these people from higher ranks trying to just punch down at you constantly, because no one's going to want to try to even play that game, to start off playing that game, because they're just going to get stomped in every match if that's the case.
Yeah, I'm not religiously playing Dota 2 like that, so I can't really speak to the perspective of, is it always like that with matchmaking? Gamers, I need to know. Like, comment, because this just doesn't seem crazy. I mean, yeah, we bitch about these kind of same things when it comes to Call of Duty. I'm sure that in Fortnite, there's plenty of Smurf accounts, so we just go, damn, dude, like I sweaty. Whatever. Oh, he's OP. Yeah. It doesn't bug me. I move on and I start another match. That's just how life goes. I mean, I don't know, man. Like what? Oh, you're a Madden esports player. You made another account. Shame on you. You're banned. You're banned. Okay, whatever. But this one,
we have a great topic moving on. Go ahead and start us off on it, Chris.
Yeah, this is a crazy one, because the Florida man who went viral in 2017 over a mugshot showcasing a Joker-style face tattoos accused Rockstar Games of ripping off his likeness in the latest Grand Theft Auto video game. Lawrence Sullivan was reacting to the latest trailer of Grand Theft Auto 6, which has garnered more than 93 million views in 24 hours on YouTube, shattering previous records for a non-music video. And let's take a look at Sullivan's response on TikTok.
Everybody's saying that I'm hallucinating, that I'm not the Joker from GTA 6. Chill out your goddamn nuggets. That's me. That's the person that got the inspiration from. You see that? That's me. That's me. That's me. GTA, we gotta talk, GTA. We gotta talk. Or not, you gotta give me like a meal or two. So what's up? Holla at me, GTA, Rockstar Entertainment, Rockstar Games, Rockstar Enterprise. Florida Joker ain't having that. Y'all took my likeness. Y'all took my life.
This is random, HenricK, but how much do you think he actually spent on tattoos on his face? Ballpark.
Well, if the tattoo's a couple $100, probably a couple thousand minimum.
Oh gosh, then he's gonna have to go on the chopping block and sever his head to be able to pay for a lawyer to combat with GTA and Rockstar. There's just no way. But now Sullivan is working as a tattoo model, according to the Tampa Bay Times, and is accusing Rockstar Games of using his viral booking photo as inspiration for a character in the game. Comments about this, man, people were having a field day and gamers were expressing their opinion. He can't afford to go lawyer with Rockstar. Exactly, that's what I felt. Like, there's no way. There's no way you're going to compete with a studio company that, the valuation they keep saying is going to be like a $2 billion game. How's that going to happen?
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Right? No way he really walk around in public looking like that. Hey, there's plenty of people with face tattoos, Post Malone. Would that be something I would do? Hell no. Oh, no.
There's nothing wrong with it when people do it. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, or it can be, at least.
If you can make it work, you can make it work, baby. Bro, standing on business. And he's right. They should pay him. Oh, my Lanta. Look at that image. Oh, they're wilding out. I'm crying at the fact that he thinks he's getting a single dollar from Rockstar. There's been so much people that's tried to sue them because of the characters, and every single one of them lost the case and ended up in debt. Lindsay Lohan tried to sue Rockstar over the same thing and lost. Them referencing him is not unlawful, nor do they need to pay because ... none of the tats, hair, or face is the same. Or we'll just say it's another dude with face tats in case dismissed. He gets a bull shark card if he's lucky. And just for people to clarify, Lindsay Lohan sued GTA 5 during the menu screen. Remember the blonde girl with the bikini? That looks nothing like Lindsay Lohan? Well, Lindsay Lohan thought that was her. Really, girl? Really? Because you dyed your hair when you went all crazy and you were a drunk fiend on the drugs and all that crazy shit? Thank God you're doing a lot better. And last, he copied from Suicide Squad. So yeah, no one owns tattoos on their face. I think that's a good point. And so you see this, HenricK. What do you make of this? Does Lawrence Sullivan have any merit to stand on?
I mean, it'd be cool if he did, if he was the inspiration, it'd be cool if he got some sort of monetization or compensation, rather.
Really?
Realistically, that's not going to happen.
I mean, they had in the trailer, they had the girl that was on the lawn. They had the dude in the Speedo, watering his plants all naked. These were all.
They had the grandma with the two hammers, just menacingly staring at the camera.
So what? They all have to get a small compensation for doing a crime?
Oh, that's the thing.
Is that what you're telling me, HenricK?
It's not going to happen.
They're not going to get any
Rockstar's going to look
monetization.
at that and be like, I'm not going to take you seriously.
That's foolish. There's no way, Jose, that Lawrence Sullivan is going to get any kind of dinero from Rockstar Games, and we shouldn't even advocate for it. But I know someone had a field day with the GTA 6 Joker, and he encouraged the Florida Joker to utilize the notoriety rather than seek money from Rockstar Games. And that person is actor Roger Clark from the iconic Rockstar Games Red Dead Redemption 2. So if you haven't seen his response, let's take a look.
GTA, we gotta talk.
No, you don't. You don't need to talk to them. They're not going to talk to you. They've had people like you trying to sue them for decades. They are lawyered up, man. They know exactly what they can and cannot get away with. If I were you, I would use the notoriety that they just threw your way to my advantage. Capitalize it on it somehow. You ain't getting a job in Home Depot with that face.
Is he lying?
He's got a good point that, you have all these eyes on you, and he said he was a tattoo model. Why not say, hey, I'm a tattoo model. Do you like my face? Hire me for some job. I will model a tattoo for you.
Yeah, but but they don't need that, HenricK. They don't need
I'm not saying
hire a guy.
I'm saying just, people in general.
I think people, the graphic designers and developers can make tattoos without having to go to a tattoo model, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah, what do you mean, I guess? You can go on NBA 2K. I'm not a tattoo artist, but I can place whatever kind of tattoo all over
I'm not either,
my
but
character.
I feel like, drawing on a piece of paper is different than drawing on skin. I'll just say that.
I mean, we could go back to the image. It looks great. I mean, they did a really, really good job creating the Florida Joker. I think it's cool, but I guess that we have to stand by the verdict. I mean, who did a better job? Is it, Rockstar Games with the little barbed wired look, or maybe, Lawrence Sullivan's talking about, hey, you took my likeness. Maybe you took Heath Ledger and Christopher Nolan's likeness from their Joker. What do you say to that, HenricK?
That's
Because
a
you were
good
saying,
point,
he should get a little bit of money. Maybe it should be going back to Warner Brothers.
That's a good point. I mean, there definitely is clear inspiration from the character from the Batman series, the Joker.
Yeah, and you know who also needs to get paid? The raccoon in the dumpster, man. Look at those raccoon eyes. I mean, it's unbelievable. Those fiends have been looking for some food and they need some money, man. They just want to get some, potato chips. And, this guy gets all the bread. Why is that the case? That is such a shame. such a shame. But hey, this has been so much fun. We've had such a blast. I can't believe we've done 3 seasons of Rage Quit Video Game Talk Show, and we ain't stopping anytime soon. And we want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in every Tuesday live at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, because if it wasn't for you gamers, this show wouldn't be possible. And since we're at the bottom of the show, I want to let you guys know, if you guys want to check out more content from myself, you can go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Take a screenshot, scan it, do whatever you got to do with the QR code. Go ahead and subscribe, and then let the people know what's good, HenricK.
Yeah, so I post on YouTube, and this link is actually going to direct you to my YouTube channel. But I also post on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And what I post is every Friday, I'll do either a games to play or a in development soapbox video. This week is a in development soapbox video, which is my chance to take a game that's in development, still has some work to go through, but looks awesome and needs some more attention because it looks like it's going to be a great game.
Absolutely. I know HenricK's got so much stuff cooking up, and we can't thank you guys enough. And on a final note, happy holidays. You, family, and friends, be safe and have a great time going into the new year. We will see you next year. Take a look out on our social media accounts. We will let you know when the season 4 opener will happen. So the only way you're going to know is you got to follow us on social media. But for now, this is our final sign off for the year 2023. Peace.
Yeah, eat some good food, play some video games. Don't forget to do that. It's cold outside, so you might as well. But
Rage,
we
baby.
will see you in the next year. So
that's right. Peace.
Yeah. See ya.